Well, here we are checking out the new Tusk Nut from All Parts and Sound Source in Rochester, New York on the guitar. And working good. Let's hear it. We're good. Now this guitar, so just got new strings on it, and sounds nice. Sounds like a pretty good acoustic guitar, fair and square. But do I think it's missing that kind of magical kick some guitars you find have? Yeah, I do. It's pretty much what I expected, though. It's seems like, you know, your run of the mill guitar store acoustic guitar. But that's what I need. I jammed a little bit on it the other day, had fun with it, so I'm pretty happy with that. And now, as the title says, we're on to maybe even starting to try to make it play a little better. And it's probably not bad for an acoustic, but that's pretty high action. So I think we even got pretty good clearance here. If it'll focus for us. I don't think it's gonna. On this fret here, to straighten the neck and perhaps even add in a little back bow. This is gonna be assuming we have a double action truss rod here. That'll provide us some back bow. They say most guitars built after the 80s would have some kind of double action truss rod instead of a single action one. That will only give you back bow. Is that the right word for it? I always get those two confused. I mean an up bow. Right. Ooh, got the capo just a little too tight there. Let's back that off a bit. So you don't want to press too tight. And yeah, all right. So that, as you can see, is going well. Maybe let's guesstimate right about there. You do the best you can when you got a film holding your phone, right? But I'm just going live here. I'm not making a serious dedicated video, but I do need to get content onto my channel, and the only way I'll do it is just by popping onto my phone here and getting the job done, because there's just no time to set up these real professional videos. So anyways, you know, especially if you consider my other channels that I like to do professional videos on, and you guitarists might also not realize that I have another channel about playing guitars you may want to see called Mind's Eye Visual Guitar Method. So I think I'll put a link in the comment below, in the comment section. No, I'm not going to put a link there. I'm going to put a link in the description part below, right? And that will get you over to that site on a way to visualize your fretboard, so you can not just play scales, but play the whole neck back and forth like your favorite artist does. Okay, and make it easy. And I found a way to do that. So I'll leave you with that. But right here we've got a capo on the first fret, for the reason being, once again, to try to adjust the truss rod to correct some of this action. Now, right there, you probably want to say, but the truss rod isn't how you adjust action. And I don't want to mislead people to this channel, you know, thinking, because that's right, the truss rod isn't usually how you adjust action, especially on an electric guitar that has an adjustable bridge. But what is the bridge like on an acoustic guitar? Well, it's not really as adjustable as we'd like. I believe this piece is removable, and you can trim that down a touch so it sits a little lower and get a little action there, but I have to look into that. But I know that if I press down on the 12th fret here. Hold that level with the fret while we have a capo lightly holding the strings against the 1st fret. We can check the eventual action of the guitar by pressing somewhere in the middle here. Let's try to get a good camera angle here. See, now this thing will focus when it wants to, but there we go. Alright. So I'm pressed. Now there's not much. It's pretty minuscule what's there, but there's some. And you know how I like to set these? So the string just makes contact with the fret. So let's take that little bit of relief out of the neck. And to do that, we're going to insert a Allen key here because there is a truss rod right about there. And we're going to take that and we're going to turn the Allen key this way. I'm going to loosen it to create some back bow. So while I bang everything around here, let's get this going here. Now don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon page where I also deal with e-bikes, and it's more geared toward helping you support my visual guitar techniques channel, and it can help support this channel so you can get more content, more videos, a better workspace happening, better cameras, better camera angles. If you think I've got content you could use and things I could explain to you, and you have the ability to support that and make things happen, well, I'd appreciate you checking out my Patreon and seeing how it works, how you can support the channel and get it working. So, without worrying too much about pushing some strings out of the way, I'm going to get my Allen key fished into this. There it goes in. Just gave it a little, barely an 1/8 turn there, but that might be able to get me cranked over this way and get in. Come on. Just doesn't want to get enough here. And you know what I'm going to need? I'm going to need two hands. Damn. Well, that's weird. I can get it in here. Well, that's being a pain for sure. And pretty soon, once you know, I bet on video here, I'll drop that Allen key right into the body of the guitar. Well, it goes in that way, but we're not going to have the leverage. We'll try this one more time. Let's try this. Well, that didn't work. Oh boy. Hopefully your speakers are not cranking and I didn't just make my video totally unwatchable. Alright, there we are. Locked in, ready to rock this truss rod. Give it a couple cranks. As you see, we're moving it just a little bit and a little bit at a time. Not forcing anything. It takes some muscle to move this a little bit, but you can't be afraid of it. Crack! Oh, man. Broke it. I'm just kidding. That's what you probably think is going to happen. Even another little... Wow. The table just made a crack. Anyways. I just felt it loosen up a bit. Great. Here's a little bit of... Let's check this out here. And see what we got. Checking the back bow. Well, still some action. Still some room to lower the strings. And it looks like the action went down a little bit. Looking a little more reasonable. Alright, I think we're making progress here. Let's try a little more. Inspect for cracks, damage, breakage. Things going crazy. And how do I know which way to turn this? Well, I'm going off of what seemed to be a pretty reliable website. Not on electrics, but on acoustics. That said, to bring more hump into the neck, you want to turn it as if you were loosening the truss rod. But that doesn't make any sense, because loosening something, you would think, would make it more loose and therefore respond to the strings more. So for all I know, I could be adding in the back bow I'm trying to eliminate. But it appears that these strings are indeed going down. So I'm going to try to fish this thing in. Stubborn. Alright, let's get it. Alright. See, it's another thing, it's loosening up. So that would also tell me that it should be adding back bow in this direction. And I don't know about that action change. I'm not so sure that those directions were right. Let's try this again. Lightly press down at the last fret. See what we get over here. If I'm not mistaken, there's more back bow than ever. Oh, clearly more. Okay, this has got to be going the wrong way. I should post a link to the site. But for all I know, it says either a single action truss rod or a... Try the high E string. Whoa. Starting again. Once again, it's a live video, and that's how live videos go. Alright, I'm going to go this direction one more time. If I don't like it, we're going to head back in the other direction. Now, if I was a Mr. Good Luther, I'd have loosened up all these strings, but we're Mr. Bad Wrench here, and this is how Mr. Bad Wrench rolls. Why won't you get in there? Come on. Alright, well, look. I'm going to have to finagle with this thing for two hands. You guys don't want to sit around and see me struggle. I think you get the idea. I'll post again. I'll let you guys know if I had to reverse the direction of this truss rod. I guess I'll make video number 2. And we'll see if the action went down. But otherwise, I'll give you a couple minutes of strumming here. And then go from there. Well, it's not going to sound good now that I did all that truss rod messing around and the whole thing's out of tune. That's pretty much a waste of time, so we'll catch you guys on a real video. And until that time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I appreciate that you made it right here to the end. Have a great day.